All right, we are on air. Happy December 14th, everybody. This is a meeting for Outreach for Backdrop CMS. Let's see. Usually we have an update on what we're working on the Backdrop website. As you guys probably know, we launched the showcase recently. I know Jeff has been doing some work on the how to install Backdrop page, so that should be coming soon. On my to-do list, I really want to work on the footer. I really like the footer designs that I think it was Wes got organized for us. And I think that Jeff is also working on cleaning up the header a little bit for us too. So hopefully we'll start to see a couple more of those little changes roll out in the near future. Newsletter. So we're hoping to send a newsletter in December, specifically about the new forum being open, our forum site, forum.backdropcms.org. But I want to have a blog post on backdropcms.org announcing the forum to go with the newsletter so we can direct people to the blog post as well as the forum. And I think I reached out to Dr. Lamont last week to see if he was interested in writing that. Since he's done all of the work on the forum, I wanted him to be able to do the announcing if he wanted to, but he hasn't answered me yet as to whether he wants to do that. And it could just be more work for him. And if it's more work for him and he doesn't want to do it, then I'd like to get someone else to do it. But because he did all the work, I would like him to get all the credit if he would like to. So that's kind of where we are with that. That we have a couple of other ideas for things that we want to announce both on our blog and in the newsletter. In particular, we're finalizing agreements with the SF Conservancy, and I was hoping to get our fiscal arrangement with them sorted out by the beginning of the year, because I thought that would be a good, like, Happy New Year, here's some great news from Backdrop information to send out to people. And then Backdrop 1.9 is going to be released on January 15th, so we should have a newsletter announcing whatever new features end up in 1.9. It's been pretty quiet on the development front. We'll talk about that a little more in the next meeting. But we have a couple of issues that are really close, and we have a lot of little improvements that are going in. I know Opie's been doing a really good job about finishing up pull requests and fixing usability issues and a whole bunch of little improvements that I think we can include, as well as our major features, which may or may not get done. In the blog, we also have our ongoing issue of the community spotlight. I know, Tom, you did some work on these. We have a couple of people who we have ideas about who we would like to spotlight, who maybe have not been great about getting you all the answers to questionnaires or photos or whatever it is that we need. But I would encourage us to keep working on that, because we do have a lot of great people in the community that I'd love to highlight. So whenever we have content, we can just go ahead and launch one of those. And then we are open to other ideas for what should go into the blog too. So if anyone has any content that they want to share about anything they're doing or anything Backdrop related, we can definitely put a new post up. Recently we did have Jeff write a Backdrop blog post on Backdrop for Good, which is the organization that will accept applications from nonprofits that need websites and review them. And I know that I think this past week we got our first application, which is great. And I think we're probably going to accept it, but when we asked on the form, what is it that you need? The person responded, a website. So we need to figure out exactly what the requirements are to make sure that we're going to be able to deliver what they need. So once we get that figured out, we'll be able to move forward. But for now, we've got a little follow-up work necessary. We're like, we know you need a website. Everybody needs a website. Let's figure out what you mean by that exactly. So that's super exciting that we gave that a little publicity, and then we instantly got somebody who needed a site who applied for it. So already kind of underway with there, which is fantastic. Let's see. We have also kind of an ongoing mission to get Backdrop more in front of people who may not already know what Backdrop is. We have been trying to put blogs on other people's sites and notices in other newsletters. If anyone has any ideas of audiences that might be interested in learning more about Backdrop that we might not know about, we're definitely open to those. We've got a couple of good platforms in terms of like developer tools and stuff like that, but there might be non-developer communities that we need to reach out to as well, nonprofit groups or tech organizations or something. So definitely, if you have ideas about where we can announce Backdrop that might be a good fit for us, we're open to that. We also have an ongoing issue to create videos about Backdrop. Last week, I think it was via Twitter, some feedback from someone that on Backdrop's YouTube channel, there's a lot of videos about these weekly meetings. Obviously, we have 2 meetings a week. Sometimes we generate 2 videos a week for those 2 meetings. We also have a bunch of other videos that are presentations, that are demonstrations of stuff that's going on in Backdrop, and that sometimes people write instructional videos. And so I've gone ahead and added a couple of, I think they're not called channels. I think they're called watch lists or something on YouTube, where you can organize your videos into specific groups. And so that person was specifically looking for instructional videos. So I created a new one called Instructional Videos, and I took a lot of the videos that Lauren has been creating lately and put them into that channel. So I think if we can kind of help organize and curate those videos into specific groups, that'll be helpful for people who maybe don't want to watch the contents of these meetings every week. I think it's still valuable to have these online, but it would also be good to give people direct access into what it is that they're looking for. So I would love to see more videos, but also as they come out, making sure we get them organized into a place where people can find them is going to be good too. I thought it also might be fun to do highlight videos that are, a minute or less, showing off somebody's favorite feature. I mean, maybe they can be longer than that, however long we think will be useful, that we could use as content we can post on Twitter, kind of like easily digestible, quick snippets of information, just demonstrating things that we like about Backdrop or things we've done with it. And I have kind of a hit list of things that I would love, videos I would love to make. Somehow I can never manage to get myself and make them. But maybe I'll try that today after this meeting and see if I can get in the habit of doing like a 1-minute video every week. Surely I have 1 minute a week. Somehow that seems to never get done. But yeah, just we can kind of encourage people to do more like showing off of their favorite tools. Okay, let's see. Other things to talk about. Events. We have Drupal Camp Florida, I think is the next event on the calendar that's coming up in February. Everybody is talking about that being super exciting. They just opened a call for sessions. I'm going to submit one on Backdrop. I'm not sure if they're going to want it or not, but we'll see. That should be fun. And then Drupal Camp San Diego, that used to be same time as Drupal Camp Florida, is now moved later in the year, and we'll definitely be doing a Backdrop training there if they'll have us, as well as some sessions. But yeah, I would just encourage anyone else who's going to any events where they're talking about Backdrop to put them on the Backdrop website or share with anyone else that you'll be there, so that people who want to talk about Backdrop can get together and talk about it together. That's all I have for our outreach meeting agenda. We do have one issue that contains our kind of content strategy that talks about all of the information that we might want to get out in various different formats. So, for example, things that would be good in videos, things that would be good on the blog, things that would be good in Twitter, things that would be good in newsletters. And we definitely could use some help generating this content. This is something developers are notoriously bad at. So if there's anything that anyone watching this video feels like they want to contribute, that's a good place where you can go and get some ideas for the kinds of stuff that we're looking for. So that issue is on GitHub in the Backdrop ops group. The project is backdropcms.org, and the issue number is 349. There's a link in this daily agenda, and you can get a link to this agenda from our Twitter feed. You need to find that later. That's all for the agenda. Is there anything that you guys specifically want to talk about today in terms of how do we reach more people and talk about Backdrop?
I was just going to ask, there, with things like the forums and the showcase, like I was sort of aware of them through the Gitter channel and such, but unsure. Is there like an announcement strategy? Like, do I know what I should be tweeting about, and what maybe isn't quite ready? How do I know that?
Yeah, so we announced the showcase through our newsletter, which is kind of our main announcement strategy thing. And I don't even know if we had a blog post on the showcase. I think we just announced it through the newsletter. But yeah, I would say we maybe need a better strategy for how to announce stuff like that. The forum will be in our next newsletter. If you're interested, I would say definitely sign up for the newsletter, because that's where we do most of our announcing. But I think maybe having like Twitter match the newsletter would be good. Having a post on the website that matches something in newsletter is also good. Usually we do that. Maybe we didn't do that this time because we were announcing something on the website. I don't know. Maybe we forgot. But I don't think we have a strategy. I think we maybe should have a strategy. Do you have any recommendations for like where do you listen for that kind of news? Like what would be most useful for you in terms of where we announce that?
I was like watching Twitter for something I could retweet, but like with the showcase, it was sort of like you were talking about it being public in Gitter, but there hadn't been any tweets.
Okay.
So I was like, should I just tweet this myself? And in that case, I just asked on Gitter, and somebody said, sure, go ahead, tweet about it.
Yeah.
With the forum, you know, I've been a little unsure. I had heard like it was going to be ready a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't sure if that was official, so I've been holding off on tweeting about that.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
I assume if I see it on Twitter, I can retweet it, right?
Yes.
If I don't, then I'm not sure. So.
Okay. So yeah, I think maybe that's a good idea. Like every week, if we have something to announce, we can put it on Twitter, and then that's easy for people to share and retweet, and we'll eventually get integrated in with our newsletter for people who aren't on Twitter, and our website for people who need to go there. Twitter is a good place to start. Any other thoughts?
You had mentioned, and I kind of missed a bit of it, the short videos that you want to put on Twitter. What was the content of that again? Just what's great about?
Yeah, so just like I was thinking about doing, like showing off some of my favorite features. Like I've been switching back and forth between working on Drupal and working on Backdraft. And every time I get to a Backdraft site, there's always something where I'm like, oh, I really like this particular thing. And it's something like the, I don't know, like the red dot on the admin menu, where it would take like 30 seconds to show off like, oh, hey, there's a red dot here, right? And I could just make a little video of that and be like, I love this feature. Just something that's super easy for people to digest. It's not an informational video they have to like make time for, and would be really good on something like Twitter where people are scrolling through, just to kind of demonstrate like the kinds of usability changes that are going on in Backdraft. Or maybe it's a feature that you really like or something like that. So there's just stuff like that where every now and then I catch myself going, I really like this thing. I'm so glad we did that. And then I'm like, oh, I should make a 1-minute video, and then somehow I don't manage to do it. So it also could be something like somebody's built on their own website and be like, oh, this is a really cool feature. I'd love to demonstrate this. So yeah, just something like that where it could be fun.
Okay, I know we had talked about it, but it's been a while ago, so I just wanted to refresh my memory. I know we did get some new software at work. We got some new microphones, so I do have the equipment to do it. We've been making a lot of training videos here, so when that gets a little bit of a break, maybe I can whip up some of those for you.
Okay.
I think it would be helpful to have some tool recommendations. I haven't made a screencast for a while. I used to, and I had some tools for it, but I don't think they work anymore. So if you've got some good tools that work, maybe add those to the issue. So if I had time to do it, I didn't have to start out by figuring out, what the best tools are.
I don't know if it's the best tool. I use Camtasia, so it does come with a price, but fortunately, I have a company that buys it for me, so that helps. It's not very expensive.
Sure. Doesn't have to be the best tool, but just some recommendations.
I use Google Hangouts.
Do you? Okay.
Speaking of not the best tool.
I'm all about easy too, so.
Yeah, the reason I really like Google Hangouts is because it has the like direct integration with YouTube, so you don't have to worry about like taking the video and then like uploading it. You just kind of like record it and then it goes there. So this one is directly integrated with Backdraft's YouTube channel. But I think if I log out and log in as me instead of as the backdrop page. Then it goes to my channel. I'm not sure about that. I think there might have to be some like magic hooking things up that I have to do. But that's my plan, is I'm going to try to use Google Hangouts because I think that that'll be easiest.
Okay.
But it might be worth a blog post when I'm done. I can be like, how did I set it up?
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought about Google Hangouts for a screenshot, but but it makes sense.
Yeah, with Camtasia not going into, have you guys used it before?
I think I
Camtasia?
had a while ago.
I think a long time ago.
I've got the latest version. It's more like a video editor, so you can make it look very, very nice. Where the version that I had before was pretty much recording on the fly, kind of like, I mean, there were little tweaks you could make, but this version is very nice. And to upload, I just say YouTube. That's where I want it to go, or whatever the video hosting service is. There's several listed, but it works. It's nice.
Great. You can do it right from the application then.
Yeah. Yes. The drop downs is share. Within the share, it has all your majors. And if you've got a login, it's already going to populate it. So I'd have to do like you do. Instead of using my personal Gmail account, I would use the Backdrop CMS one, and it would push it up to that channel.
That's great.
Now I just have to make one for you so you can say, ooh, that's really nice. All right.
All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Okay. Well, if not, we'll break now and meet again in roughly half an hour to talk about active development tasks for Backdrop. And I guess that's it. Thanks, guys, for coming, and thanks for the ideas and discussion. And you're getting me excited about making videos. Motivation. Bye. Thanks for coming.